Salutations, friends! It's your pal, said Stevie, and today I'm going to bring you folks along as I take a closer look at this little bad mamma jamma right here from Ferrum Forge Knife Works. This is the Zelex. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down. You decide. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also, I'd like to point out the name of the knife, Zelex. Prior to doing any videos, if I haven't heard the inspiration for the name of a knife, I'll do a little bit of research on the interwebs and Google search it to see if I can find out what the meaning is. And what I learned when I Googled Zelex, Zelex, today, is that Zelex is the name of a company that manufactures sex dolls. So, I would recommend that if you are going to Google search Zelex, that you throw Ferrum Forge in there with it as well, or else you're going to have some sex doll pages in your search history. So, there's that. I think we're getting trolled a little bit by the brothers Williamson. I don't know. I would love to hear the reason why they picked the name Zelex, being that the only thing on the internet that I could find were sex dolls. Anywho, this knife is in Ferrum Forge's Budget Pro Line series. I used quotes there in the wrong spot. Budget Pro Line series. And I'll get into the whole budget thing here in just a little bit. But this is in their Pro Line series. This is OEM'd by We Knife. Get into some specs here. You have an overall length of 6.45 inch. That's a handle length of 3.7 inch and a blade length of 2.75. So not a very big knife at all. We do have a couple of firsts for Ferrum Forge. So on this D2, D2 stonewashed blade, it's their first Tanto. Oh, hello. Looks like I markered up my my middle finger there. This is their first production run of a Tanto style blade, and it's the first time they've done a compound grind as well. So yeah, there's that. Nice stonewashed finish to the blade. You see the standard Ferrum Forge captured pivot there. Black G10 on the scales. These also come in OD green and blue. One single flush fitting body screw on the show side, a G10 geared pattern style backspacer, a steel pocket clip that is for right side tip up only. It is not reversible, but it is milled into or countersunk flush fit into the G10 scale there, which is a nice touch with using the flat head screws. They are T6, but I think We does the best T6s out there. So if we're not going to get T8, at least we do get some good T6s. And the pocket clip is pretty standard on most of Ferrum Forge's Pro Line series. Not the most aesthetically pleasing clip, but it is functional. It's that spoon slash ski ramp style. It is got a lot of tension to it, but I can assure you that it's very functional. It goes in and out of pocket just fine. I have been carrying this all week, and yeah, good to go on the pocket clip for sure. T8 on the pivot, and then you do see the D2 blade steel marking there on the clip side of the blade. One thing that is missing from the blade is that iconic kind of bigger finger choil that you typically see on Ferrum Forges. And I'll get into that a little bit too as well. A steel liner lock on this. Lockup is solid. Easy access to the liner. Very easy to disengage. It is riding on cage ceramic bearings, very smooth action, came completely centered. This is a flipper only. You got some nice jimping on the flipper tab. Little pokey on the backside, but not too much. And the detent is good to go. Very snappy. Not much pressure needed to deploy it. I'd say that it's as good as they're going to come. Uh, Action is good to go. You do have some nice jimping that goes, 2/3 halfway ish down the blade. Good usable jimping. Despite this being a small knife, I barely get a four finger grip on it, but I got no problem with it. The way this flipper tab is and the jimping, it really does lock me in. I would like to be able to ride up into a better choil, but I mean, I could if I wanted to, if I was wearing gloves. But unless you've got tiny little fingers, that's not really a usable finger choil. The blade is sharp, I gotta say. I was processing some paper earlier. Processing paper. I was cutting up catalogs earlier with it throughout the week. And the blade is, well, that's me. The blade is, well, I'm going to say that now. This is an Ulta catalog. The blade is, gosh dang it. I swear earlier, this thing was just slicing through paper. I don't know why it's not now. I always fail on the cut test. There we go. The blade is nice and sharp, I gotta say. I don't know what was up with those first couple, but yeah. Maybe I need to strop it a little bit to bring it back to life already. But solid blade, no blade play whatsoever. I gotta say, as far as QC, fit and finish go, this is good to go. Got no problems with it. This is listed on their website for $69.99. Again, it comes in a couple different scale options, OD green and blue, other than just the black. I should also say it comes in just a basic little box here with one of their drawstring pouches. Sorry, I need to wet my whistle a little bit. Been talking all day. Canada Dry Zero Sugar ginger ale for me. Love it. My favorite soda pop. The Zero Sugar specifically is my favorite. But $69.99, which is their cheapest offering. I believe the cheapest they've come out with a knife. D2 G10. I'm a little perplexed by that price point, though. You got a lot out there for $70, and yeah. Case in point, I got some other offerings from Ferrum Forge in this size range to compare it to. First, we have the Mini Archbishop. This bad boy is coming in at $85. This is D2 G10, so it's about, or $84.99, so it's about $15 more. You see that finger choil there. Similar in size though, 6.3 inch length overall, so just a little bit shorter in length. Same blade length though at 2.75. So that's the Mini Archbishop. You have the Prolix, which I believe is sold out again. Though you have that finger choil there. That is coming in at $90, but you got Nitro V steel, and that is a 2.85 inch blade for an overall length of 6.6, so just a little bit bigger, and about $25 or $30 more expensive, I should say, on that. What else do we got here? We got the Gent 2.0, which is just a little bit bigger in size. But this guy is coming in at $74.99, so $5 more expensive. 9 CR on the blade steel, 2.9 inch on the blade, 6.8 overall. So similar, for only $5 more. Then you also have from Civivi, you have the Odium, which is a Ferrum Forge design. Ooh, holy rust, Batman! Is that rust? I think it is. I don't remember what I was doing with this last time I carried it, but it clearly, ugh. Oh, I'll figure that out. But this is, I think, closest in size. You have a 2.65 inch blade, so just a little bit longer, just slightly, and an overall length of 6.19. So just, very, very similar in size. But this guy is coming in at $52. So much, $18 cheaper. D2 G10, D2 G10. And then you have the Stinger. This is the titanium frame lock, but it's the exact same size as the G10 liner lock. You have an overall length of 7.3 for a 3.2 inch blade, so bigger knife, but the G10 liner lock is coming in at $84.99, so $15 more than the Zelex there. And then on the more premium side, you have the Aluris, which is my favorite Ferrum Forge knife currently. Titanium frame lock, 20 CV, overall length of 7.95, blade length of 3.45, so much bigger knife. And this is $274.99, so much larger on the specs and on the price point. But I'm going to keep the Odium here. Same OEMs, right? You have Civivi, who is OEM'd by We, and the Ferrum Forge Zelex here that is OEM'd by We. Same materials, right? D2 and G10. This one specifically was actually gifted to me by my brother, Forrest, of Forrest Hanks. Shout out Forrest SLR. Appreciate this. And actually, the one that I had, I gifted to Mini Faction. Eli. Hashtag Team Eli. But $52 versus $70, $69.99. Same company. I don't get it. Is it more expensive to do a Tanto compound grind? Is that what contributes to the price jump in this knife? I don't know. I'm not in the market of pricing knives or in the business of pricing knives, so I don't know. But again, there's so much more out there that you can get with for $69.99. I know that whether it's Vosteed or Bestech or Bestech Men or shoot, Kershaw has come out with some better budget stuff as of late. Kaiser's got some stuff in that price range. The list goes on what's out there for $69.99. And despite me being an extreme Ferrum Forge fanboy, I'm one of their biggest fans. I think this makes like number 33 or number 34 in my collection. I have a hard time with this price. Also, the fact that it's missing that choil. I mean, all these knives that I just pulled out and showed you, I could go get even more to show you. All have that usable forward finger choil, whereas the Zelex does not. So I'm a little baffled by that. Look, I will say, and also I'd like to address in my unboxing video that I did about a week or so ago, I had mentioned that ergos were not good at all. Wasn't really for me. After carrying this knife for a week, I've changed my stance on that. I don't have any problems with the ergos, despite this being a smaller knife. That was really just my first impressions, and that's why they're first impressions. That's why this is more of an overview now that I've got to carry it for a week. I'd also like to say that in regards to hot spots and pocket clips, there's been a little bit has been said as of recent, and apparently you're a shill if you don't call out a hot spot on a pocket knife because someone else deemed it a hot spot. That's a bunch of fooey as far as I'm concerned. To the person that said that, I ain't shilling for no one, and I'll define what's a hot spot for me, and not let you design that or define that for me. I can feel the pocket clip touch the palm of my hand, and whether, and I don't think it does. Oh, maybe it did. I left a little imprint on my hand, right? I still don't consider that a hot spot whatsoever. I can feel it, but it's not digging into me at all. So, yeah, look at, there's a little bit of a imprint there. But F you if you're going to tell me that I'm supposed to call that out as a hot spot just because it leaves a mark on me. It's touching me, but I don't feel it. So, all right, rant over on that. So, I guess to summarize everything, is this a knife I can recommend? Sure, it is. If you don't have any problem with the price point and you're looking for something from Ferrum Forge that's not going to really break the bank, and you want a Tanto compound ground knife and you don't have problems with D2 or G10, this is a fine knife. I got no problems with it. Is it my favorite offering from them? No, it's not. I like it. It's definitely not my favorite. I would love to see this in a bigger version, like a Stinger size version of this, a little bit bigger blade, and maybe titanium. I'd like to keep it a liner lock, but would I like it more then? Probably, and do something with the finger choil. But again, I got no problems with this. Also, coming soon. I don't know when, but soon. Stinger button lock. That's going to be dope. Titanium Stinger button lock. But yeah, not my favorite Ferrum Forge, and I'm a little confused by the pricing. I don't like the fact that it doesn't have a bigger finger choil on it. Other than that, I mean, look, if you're going to ask me, I got $75 or less to spend on a knife, and I would like to get something from Ferrum Forge, I'm going to recommend the Gent 2.0. Yeah, it's only 9 CR, but I got no problem with this knife. Ergos are money. You can ride up into the choil. I really dig the Gent 2.0. You still get a really snappy detent on it. That's what I'm going to recommend as more of a budget line. These are currently sold out, though, however. So, I don't know. Little confused on the Zelex, but had to grab one for the collection. And also, I have not opened it yet. I did grab a G10, a green G10 for my upcoming 3K giveaway. Still a little shy of 3K for sure, but I'm gearing up for it. I'm starting to purchase stuff that I'm going to put into that giveaway, so be on the lookout for that. So if you do like the Zelex and you don't want to buy one, be on the lookout for giveaway coming up here. But that's all I got on the Ferrum Forge Knifeworks Zelex for you folks. Again, a little confusing. Not a bad knife, just there's so much more out there to recommend. So that's all I got for you folks. Let me know what you think about the Zelex. I do, again, like the fact that it's a Tanto. I haven't first Tanto in my Ferrum Forge collection, so I do like that. But as I mentioned earlier, if you haven't subscribed, you can do so right there. And if you would like to watch that video and give that a like, you can do so. And that's all I got for you. Appreciate y'all tuning in. And until the next one, I bid you mofos, adeuces.